Welcome to Get Your FRQ On. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to access the inverse trigonometric functions on a graphing calculator. So the first thing is to note that your inverse trig functions are probably going to be associated with the keys for your regular trig functions. So notice I've got sine, cosine, and tangent on my main buttons, and above them I have sine to the -1, cosine to the -1, tangent to the -1. In this context, the exponent -1 means the inverse function of it, does not mean the reciprocal. So those functions are there, and to access those, I just need to use the second key before that. And the way that the inverse functions will work is they do the opposite of what the normal trig functions would do. The normal trig functions, like let's say sine, the input to the sine function is an angle, and the output is the corresponding ratio of the opposite leg divided by the hypotenuse. So the input is an angle, the output is a ratio. The inverse functions do the opposite. So for the inverse sine, the input will be a ratio, and the output would be the angle which has that sine value as its sine. So it sort of reverses everything. So if I want to know what angle has a sine value of, say, 0.45, all right, that's between -1 and 1, so this should work. I hit enter, 26.744 degrees if you round. My mode is in degrees, so I would interpret this to mean that's a 26.744 degree angle. And then the same thing would work for cosine. So let's say I want to know, all right, what angle has a cosine of -0.3? And I can do that. That is also between -1 and 1, so I know that would be okay. And then tangent, the tangent of an angle could be anything, so the inverse tangent could take any input. So if I want to know the inverse tangent of 25.48, I could do that, and it will give me an angle there. But your inverse trig functions are probably going to be associated with your normal trig function buttons, probably some additional functionality for those buttons. In this case, it's the second feature.